Hi folks, new guitar day today. This arrived yesterday, in fact, so it's the first chance I've had to consider opening it. And I've never done an unboxing video on this YouTube channel, and you've got to really, haven't you, if you've got a guitar channel on YouTube. So this is it. I might skip the bits that are a bit boring, but we're going to open it up. Inside is a SIRE S3, which is the SIRE Larry Carlton range. It's the Strat, and it's the sort of more budget Strat. And I bought it in Black Friday sale from Anderton's. It was £239 British pounds. It's normally about 300, I think. And it occurred to me that it would be an interesting comparison with my Squire 40th anniversary Strat. It's actually the same colour as well, as we'll see. Very similar spec. So I thought I'm going to buy this, I'll do a video of it, do a comparison video of these two, which is not what this is going to be. Watch out for that coming soon. Subscribe if you don't already. And then, depending on the results of that, I'm going to keep one of them and sell one of them. So, very intrigued to see how SIRE compares to Squire. But, without any further ado, let's get this open with my trusty scissors. Oh, don't know if anyone recognises that guy. I'm sure I've seen him somewhere. Yes. Exciting. So the usual Allen keys and whammy bar. What can wait for now? Get rid of this. Ooh. Look at that, another picture of Larry. So, if I've got my specs right here, mahogany body, maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, medium jumbo frets. It's got the SIRE rolled fretboard edges, which is quite a distinctive sort of feature of their guitars, quite comfortable. 3 single coils. What it doesn't have that the S7 has, the more expensive version of the Strat that they do, is the roasted maple neck. Doesn't have the locking tuners. But apart from that, things are fairly similar, I think. It's a 2-point tremolo compared to the Squire. Let's compare them actually. Look at that. Slightly different shade of greeny turquoise. And yeah, the Squire's got the traditional kind of Fender vintage tremolo. It's got 2.1. Be interesting to see if there's much difference in feel or tuning stability. And it's a lovely sort of gloss finish. Looks really good. Yeah, feels nice. Reasonably heavy, with it being mahogany. But I think it's a little bit lighter than the Squire. Yeah, the Squire's heavier. Squire's made of niatol, I think that's how you say it, which is a bit like mahogany. Almost in tune. So that's the exciting bit done. Or not really, because the exciting bit is plugging it in, which is what we're going to do next. So I'll cut to me having plugged it into my Fender Blues Junior, and we'll just have a look, play around and see how it sounds. Okay, I've had a bit of a tune up. The strings needed stretching a little bit at first. They were going out of tune, but seems to have settled now, so that's good. Plugged it in. I'm plugged into, as I mentioned, my Fender Blues Junior amp. Just keeping it dead simple. I've mic'd that up, and I'll probably use a bit of the sort of room mic on the camera here as well, just so you sort of hearing what it sounds like in the room. Very, very simple pedal board, just wah-wah, tube screamer, and a fuzz face, just for a little bit of sort of variety as we test it out. Initial kind of impressions, the neck is really nice. I do like the rolled fretboard edges that SIRE do. It is quite comfortable and fits around my hand very nicely. I'm feeling a little bit of fret sprout, you know, with them poking out the side ever so slightly, just a tiny bit, but enough that I would probably want that to be addressed by luthier, or I suppose I could try it myself. These are made in Indonesia. I'm assuming that's part of the issue, really, is that that's a very different climate to the north of England here in nearly December. So I would imagine these things maybe leave the factory in perfectly fine condition, but a little bit of dehydration occurs along the way. The tremolo is kind of set up floating, which is cool. So you can go up as well as down in pitch, and everything else is just as you would expect it, really, with a Strat. You know, 5-way switch, volume control, master volume, and then 2 tone controls. This one does these 2 pickups, and this one does this pickup. And there's plenty of sweep on them as well, as you'll see if I test that out. But yeah, the only other thing, maybe the frets themselves. I can't decide if they feel a little bit rough when I'm doing string bends and stuff. They would probably benefit from a little polish. These are all sort of standard things you might expect to have to do to a kind of a budget, cheaper guitar like this, I suppose, when you first buy it, but worth noting. But the action's lovely. It's actually set up pretty well, I must say. I haven't checked the intonation, but sounds pretty decent. I would probably fine tune it, but there's obviously been some setup done to it, so that's really good. Here are some sounds. In between, that's the neck in the middle. Then bridge in the middle. Then tone control, let me just show you. Plenty of scope for wah-wahs there. And likewise with the one for the bridge. So quite versatile. I would think you can get quite a lot of different tones for different styles out of this thing. I don't know if the pickups are perhaps slightly higher output than your classic Strat. And yeah, the tremolo does that. You can pretend to be Steve Vai. Goes up in pitch. It's a semitone, isn't it? Just about, and it goes down in pitch. Quite far. But is it still in tune? No. Try with a bit of grit, so let's see. And then a bit tube screamer. We should try it with the fuzz face. Tuning's not quite holding at the moment. Not too bad. Well, it's a lovely guitar for the money. I do think we're living in quite a good era for kind of more budget guitars for beginners and intermediate players who want to pick up a really decent guitar that you can use for gigs, recording, and whatever you might want to use it for. You really don't have to spend very much money. So stay tuned. I'll do a full demo and review of this on the channel. I've also got a full demo and review of the Squire coming soon, and then the two shall meet and we will put them head to head and see which one I prefer, and then, as I have promised my wife, I will sell the one that I like the least. So make sure and subscribe if you're not already subscribed so you don't miss that. Put a thumbs up on this video if you've enjoyed it or found it useful. Drop a comment if you've got one of these or if you're thinking of getting one. And I'll see you in the next video.